I just realized something. It's important to understand this because I couldn't quite understand it before. But the empath, I just don't, I don't just hear and see what someone's going through. Like I really feel it. And so if it's not something I agree with, it's interesting because I still feel it. And I can actually feel what it means to them. And it was very confusing because I almost thought like, but that's I don't like that. It's not right. No, it's my understanding of what they feel. It's different, and I really, it confused me. It did, and it did especially when it started coming on. I wasn't really aware. I thought it was like empath, telepathy, and but it is, but it's more than that because I actually can feel. Uh, there's questions on this one, like for instance, depending on how bad a person is, like Gino Yardnoff, the guy that raped a 7-year-old girl. I'm not sure it would be as hard to tell because I know for a fact that that's not at all something that, like zero chance that I would understand it. But his understanding of what it means to him, and I could feel it. And this is what it is. I can actually feel it. I can be in the room with just about anyone. That's why I know if they're telling the truth or they're lying. I could tell. It's very quick. I wouldn't say it's instant, but I can talk with someone long enough, and I can on anything and everything that they're talking about. I can tell if they're lying. And people that lie generally lie quite a bit, and the people that don't lie never lie, and I never lie. If I do, it's a mistake, and I admit it as a mistake because I don't intentionally lie. This is dishonest. I don't. I think it's very bad. But to understand, the empathy in a role of a bad person like murderer, rapist, it's not understanding. Like it's not giving you an understanding from like I could see how I could do it. No, you could see how they did it, how they could do it. The rationalizing, the empathy is giving you insights as to how they felt. And quite often, people that do very bad things, they don't have feelings about others. Like there's a video of Gino that when he's being interviewed with Mike and stuff, and they're on TV. And if you look at him, he's not crying. It's bullshit. And someone who's really in a bad way, they don't really they'll cry for themselves, but they don't cry like my empathy will give me tears for others, and it can be overwhelming sometimes. It's a bit much. Anyway, I think it's really really interesting, and I just because there was parts of this I couldn't understand because I don't have the empathy is in and also is I feel bad for someone who's suffering. But if they're suffering and they're doing things that also are outside of what I consider to be normal or something, what it is I have insights as to how it's even something they can do. And it doesn't always, it's not that I'm using bad as an example because bad is an example of what I would never do. But yet I can understand it and as to why they do it. But it's empathy, but it's more. I'm getting insights into their brains. It's a God-given talent. It really is. I'm quite sure. I'll sit down with anyone. You think you can lie? Sit down with me, and I'll tell you what you're lying about, what you're not lying about. Okay. Love wins. God bless.